Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Can we talk about Gem and the Holograms? Yes, hello. Welcome back, Can We Talk Faithful. This is the Can We Talk About podcast, CWTA for short, and we are Can We Talking once again about your favorite cartoon and mine, a cartoon that we are all a very dear friend of at this point. I am, of course, talking about that Neon Nightmare, that Pastel Phantasm, that oh so frighteningly fashionable 80s cartoon, air quotes classic, Gem and the Holograms. I forgot to make a New Vegas joke about a fox called Ulysses, Kristen. My name is Joe.
I hate the courier's guts. I'm Kristen.
And we are watching Gem and the Holograms via Shout Factory's Gem and the Holograms Truly Outrageous Complete Series box set, as well as the wonderful world of Netflix. Now, Kristen, before we get into Netflix here, and I realize we're kind of breezing through the intro, I just want to take a moment, just like pump the brakes here, because I noticed yesterday when loading up my Shout Factory Gem DVD here, being like, alright, time to watch Britrock, and then I saw that it went from Journey Through Time to Out of the Past, and I'm like, wait a minute.
hang on.
Something's wrong here.
Yeah, that's not the order that goes in, so spin a tale about your scrambled up DVDs.
Well, Shout Factory must have just left Britrock off of the Season 2 DVD. Maybe they ran out of room, I don't know, because 27 episodes as opposed to 26, if that even makes sense. But on the Season 3 DVD, they slotted Britrock in like, the second half of Season 3, for some reason.
That's really confusing.
Because I've been doing a lot of just checking on how many episodes we have left and what episodes go where, the Season 3 Shout Factory DVD has the Season 3 episodes all jumbled up, and I don't know if it's by, like, production order, or by, like, because it's definitely not broadcast order, because I know, like, even looking on, I checked the Gem Wiki, Kristen.
Yeah, it's very easy for us to find out what the broadcast order was on these.
Britrock aired the day after Journey Through Time. So,
wow!
Yeah.
Really rushing them out at that point, huh?
But yeah, so I had to get my Season 3 DVD up and going to watch Britrock here, and it made me realize, because I remember we watched, when you and Madeline were going through them, we definitely watched Journey Through Time, and then we definitely watched Out of the Past, and I was like, wait a minute. What, did we not watch this episode together too? And we didn't, because it wasn't on the DVD.
Well, there we go.
So that's what I got going on, Kristen. Why don't you tell us about Netflix this week?
I have finished Strong Woman Do Bong Soon, courtesy of DramaFever.com.
That was very quick, Kristen, considering we recorded Journey Through Time on, what, Wednesday? Tuesday?
Yeah, it's been less than a week. Dramas, I guess the episode, or the amount of episodes varies between series. I think this one was 16 episodes. They are all 1 hour long, though.
Okay.
More than an hour, typically. So I was, as I said on Twitter, double fisting media. So I was watching a drama and playing Persona 5 at the same time.
I forgot that new Twin Peaks starts today, actually, the day that we are recording here.
Oh,
and
I still haven't finished Season 2!
And I hadn't either, and I was like, wait a minute, I think I left like 5 episodes before I finished, so I went back yesterday and watched most of that, basically.
I'm gonna ask Madeline specifically which episodes I should watch. Or you just watch them, you tell me which ones I should watch.
Kristen, I'm gonna be honest, it had been 4 or 5 years since I watched Twin Peaks, so I started up basically where Netflix told me I left off, and I was like, I don't know what's happening. I have no idea what's going on right now.
What's going on.
So I didn't actually watch them correctly. I probably should have just started the series over, but nah.
Yeah, there was a weird transition between Season 1 and Season 2.
Leland Palmer's hair is just gray all of a sudden. Whoa, Ray Wise, what are you
God,
doing?
Leland, what happened?
Who hurt you, Leland? Who possessed you?
So many people.
As stated previously, Kristen, our foray into Gem this week is Britrock, a return to a Christy Marks episodes, and the last one of this season, surprisingly, because I thought Hollywood Gem was written by Christy Marks, but as it turns out, nope.
We're making lots of discoveries, huh? Christy Mark, you betrayed us!
Roger Slifer picking up the old Gem torch here to do the season finale, and next week, I think it's someone that we've never seen before writes Out of the Past, which is, it's a very lore-heavy episode, and I would have thought that maybe Christy Marks would have did that too, but nope, she did this.
I hope Hollywood Gem is better than I remember. I know that I love Out of the Past, so I don't have to worry about that too much.
I don't remember Hollywood Gem at all, so there we go. Honestly, altogether, I was kind of dreading the back half of Season 2 here, and there's been it's been more, it's not kind of concentrated in one area. There's been a lot of shit throughout the season, because I can point to, like, the Treasure Hunt's garbage. Music is Magic is garbage.
Yep.
The Middle of Nowhere is garbage.
Yep.
So it's not quite all in one specified area, because I wasn't too keen on this episode, because I watched it a few months ago, and I remember it not being great, but then watching it here, it was pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah, I don't remember this episode at all, basically, so going back into it, and I've definitely seen it before at some point, because I've watched the entire series twice through over the past few years. This is being our third time, my third time. Yeah, you would think I would remember all the bad British accents.
Well, Kristen, now that I think about it, because you watched the Gem DVDs to watch Season 2 and presumably went to Netflix to watch Season 3 when you went back, did you miss this episode the first time around, maybe?
That's possible. I definitely watched, the very first time I watched the series, I watched all of it on Netflix.
Okay.
That was also, like, 3 years ago, and I did fall asleep in the middle of some episodes. But that's also how I watched Buffy the first time through.
Well, Kristen, hopefully you're not going to fall asleep during the recording of this podcast here, so let's get it going here. It is Britrock. There's going to be a lot of screechy Jetta voices, so let's Britrock! We start off, this episode was written by Christy Marks. Who? What? Who is she? Who is she exactly? Who is she anyway? She ain't so fine?
Yeah, I think she wrote some bit episodes.
Oh, okay. We start off on a close-up of what I called some reappropriated Gem art, which I'm pretty sure I've seen this is just like a normal kind of promotional image for Gem of her
Gem
with
looking like she's dying.
Gem looking like she's dying, which is common. Apparently, Kristen, I learned if you look like you're singing and there's no words coming out, you look like you're dying.
Yeah, you look like you're in the middle of like your final throes.
Your death knell is coming out.
Exactly. Appropriately enough, our mom just sent me in the mail a Gem nightgown, which is just a big old close up on that pink lady's face, making the whoops and now I'm dead face. So I have that now.
Sleep tight, Gem is dead.
Sleep tight.
A dart hits the image, and as we pull out, it turns out that the Misfits are playing darts with this poster of Gem, which, Kristen, they bought a poster with Gem's face on it, so aha! Gem wins.
Or they stole it.
Or they stole it, you're right. It is the Misfits.
Uh-huh.
Jetta, Roxy, and Pizzazz are all playing darts here. Jetta starts fucking lying through her teeth, as she is wont to do, about being just like, oh, the royals! Darts! The queen!
Okay, forget even British royalty. In, like, the UK in general, is darts a thing? Is that, like, pub darts?
I think pub darts is a thing, yeah.
Okay, now, would aristocrats play pub darts?
Probably not, no.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
this seems weird to me.
Roxy is just kind of immediately like, Jetta, you're such a fucking liar, goddamn. She says, and I quote, Jetta, you're so full of hot air, you have to keep lead in your shoes to keep from floating away. Jesus Christ.
I remember when she started that sick burn, it got so wordy near the end that I was like, you could have condensed that, Roxy. It kind of lost its impact there.
Just call her a liar.
Yeah. Unfortunately, in this cartoon, we cannot have Roxy tell Jetta that she's just full of shit.
Jetta then calls Roxy a mangy, low-life yank.
A mangy, low-life yank.
And Roxy, for some reason, is just like, one of these days I'm gonna call your bluff, Jetta. Why not now? Why not right now?
Well, she doesn't have any proof.
Stormer tries to change the subject here because she's not playing darts. She's just kind of hanging out in the background. She's just like, oh, I'd love to go to England.
You haven't been there?
The one time they decided to not follow Gem and the Holograms was to England, I guess.
I guess. Speaking of which, this will come up again.
Craig is playing in London, apparently, which is why I guess Stormer wants to go there, and Pizzazz is just like, oh, well, you know what, that's a great idea, let's just go to England, we'll steal one of my dad's jets to go there.
Perfect. And Jetta immediately wishes she hadn't said anything, because she's like, maybe not.
How about no,
though?
Jetta's response is basically, we can't just up and leave when, Kristen,
They do that all the time!
2 weeks ago they went to Tibet on a whim, just because Gem happened to be going there too.
Up and leaving is all they do.
However, I did say that maybe that's why. If Gem and company do anything like fucking go to Tibet again, they're going to be in the UK and they're not going to know.
That's true. Jetta's like, aren't we supposed to be on Gem watch?
Techrat's phone can't reach them in Britain when he gets his Gem alerts.
Apparently not. That's the weird singular flaw in that technology.
Pizzazz says they don't have any concerts coming up for a few weeks, so why not? And then kind of just walks over to Jetta and is just like, all right, take this phone here and you make the arrangements because I got the jet, so fuck you.
She sticks the receiver end of the phone in Jetta's mouth and says, okay, make the phone call. And Jetta spits out the phone, and she's like, I will go to the other room directly next to this one that also has only a phone in it, apparently. And I would like to talk to my parents in private.
So she heads over to this other room here and calls to Kingston on Hull, England, which I didn't do any research on Kingston on Hull, England. Kristen, I probably should have.
Maybe it's fake, who knows?
I'm wondering if it's a shithole. So we fade to that place. Here are Jetta's parents, Bertie and Flo, and goddamn, do they look like garbage.
Well, the dad looks schlumpy, and the mom is clearly in the middle of getting ready because she got curlers in her hair.
That's true. She got the curlers in her hair. She's plucking her eyebrows and shit. The dad's like kind of bald and dumpy, and he's talking
they clean
about...
up decent later.
They do, you're right. But he's talking about the horse that he's going to bet on, Silver Streak? Silver something or other?
Silver Surfer.
Silver Surfer. The horse me mate told me to plonk a quid on.
Ouch. Don't like that.
Despite the phone being directly next to Jetta's dad, the mother walks over and answers it here. She's like, I'm going to do it, take my blooming self!
She turns into a Monty Python character.
Jetta's on the line, and Flo's immediately just like, okay, so what kind of trouble did you get yourself into? What's the bail? Because I'm not going to help you.
And Jetta's like, I'm in a rock band now. God, no one's parents knows what anyone is doing. Let's see, all Jem and the holograms don't have to deal with this stuff because besides Ray, all of their parents are dead.
Jetta just blows past that comment, basically, and goes, so hey, we gotta convince the Misfits that we're aristocrats because... And then...
Are you daft?
And yes, the mother goes, are you daft? The kicker is that Pizzazz has a fuckload of money, and they can con her out of it, and that's all that they need. It's just like, oh, pretend to be aristocrats? Sure, got it, cool. That's fine, we could do that.
Man, you can say all the Misfits don't get along, like, perfectly, but I'm pretty sure Roxy and Stormer never tried to straight up scam Pizzazz.
And that's why Jetta's an asshole.
Yep.
Fucking asshole bird.
The worst bird. The burst?
The burst.
Now I'm going with the bad puns this time.
The mom thinks it's impossible, but then there's plan B, which is, if Pizzazz finds out that Jetta's been lying, she might get kicked out of the band, and then she might have to live with her parents again. Oh, no!
Oh no, we hate our daughter.
They're both allergic to birds, so that's going to be a big problem, Kristen.
Oh, the worst.
So we fade to some cafe. Cindy Tucker from Beat Scene magazine has arrived for one scene lasting 15 seconds.
I'm here to do some exposition. Pardon me.
I didn't want to use Lindsay in this episode, so hi there. My name is Cindy Exposition.
I'm a new person. You haven't seen me before. Here's the deal. Like, she just crashed in the middle of, like, they're at a diner or something?
Yeah, they're all crammed into a booth at a diner.
Yeah, like, sorry about your food that you're waiting for. I need to speak to you because I was driving outside and I saw a lot of stupid colored hair out of the window. And I was like, that is defo Jem and the holograms.
Jem, do you have anything to say to your fans?
So some dick named Sir Hugh Ridley is hanging out with them. And he starts talking about his new club that they're opening, and there's a benefit happening, because there's always a goddamn benefit.
Oh, is this another one of your big famine relief benefits?
Nah.
I'll be donating my money to help the Earl of Wessex, a friend of mine, for some reason.
Sure. And then the scene's over.
Kristen, is it really a benefit if the money is going to pay gambling debts?
Well, someone's benefiting. I guess it makes more sense to call it like a debt relief concert.
Probably, but not a lot of people are going to want to go to that.
No, you have to dress it up fancy. I cannot believe Jem and the holograms agreed to this. Then again, what don't they agree to?
We cut to Wessex Downs here. There is a horse race happening. Bertie and Flo are here cheering on the horse that was bet on.
We get about 60 solid seconds of Silver Surfer.
And whatever the other horse was that I didn't write down the name of.
Nope, don't remember. Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit. Silver Surfer and Limp Bizkit.
Yep.
There's some other dude here all scared about his bet, which he ends up losing. This is Trevor, the Earl of Wessex, air quotes, Earl of Wessex.
Acting Earl of Wessex. Whirl of Wessex.
Acting Whirl of Wessex here.
Uh-huh.
And so the Jetta family gets their prize because Silver Surfer wins. It paid off 10-1. So British Zipper shows up here, Bripper, and...
We got a couple of those guys.
We got a couple of Brippers in this episode, yeah.
Yeah.
He asks for his cut of the winnings because of the hot tip that he gave Birdie. And he also points to Trevor, who lost earlier here. And here's where I thought, Kristen, why is Sir Hugh Ridley giving his money to this broke-ass motherfucker?
And that's the thing.
That's the thing, yes, of course. And then I said, oh wait, that was a joke, but he does really have a stupid amount of gambling debt, is what Trevor has here, acting Earl of Wessex, who, you know, when you're connecting the points this early in the episode, I was like, this guy's kind of shitty. Why would Gem and the Holograms do dealings with this guy? But they aren't, so aha.
This bullshit makes no sense. We'll see.
So Jetta's parents go walk up to Trevor here and are basically just like, so hey, can we use your estate for the weekend to, like, trick a rich American rock singer into giving her money to us?
Just an exchange of hard cash, just from her pocket into our bellies. Do you think you'd be down with that?
And Trevor goes, well, you have my complete cooperation.
Not, who are you, strangers? What do you want with me?
We cut to Gatwick Airport here. Kristen, being a person who has a fairly higher knowledge of airports than most, I would assume, being that I worked in travel for a little bit.
Yep.
I have never heard of Gatwick Airport before.
It sounds fake.
I had to look into it. It does exist. Most people go to London Heathrow Airport. That's the main airport in the United Kingdom. However, this was a private jet that went there, so
they can get off wherever they fucking want.
So they can get off wherever the fuck they want. You're right. They're going to Wessex here as Jetta waits until right now to be like, oh, we're going to Wessex to see my mansion.
And the Rolls is here.
And Stormer is just like, but London.
And no one else really seems to care what Stormer wants to do. And for once in her life, Stormer's like, okay, I'm leaving. Because I'm going to meet my brother. Bye, guys. Don't give me directions to Wessex. I don't really give a shit.
Well, we have here, Roxy has like a funeral face cover on for some reason. What is the proper name for that, Kristen?
I don't know.
Oh, good.
Not off the top of my head. She's wearing a stupid hat like British people wear.
Roxy also mocks Jetta about the Queen and Prince Charles, and Jetta's just like, yeah, we'll have him around for tea. Fuck you.
Don't talk back to me.
And then Stormer just basically being like, but I need to go see Craig. Taxi!
Take me away from these people.
She runs away and gets in the taxi because, of course, Craig is in London. And Pizzazz doesn't seem too worried. Who needs her and her creepy brother anyway?
Craig is pretty creepy.
Craig has a very weird way of going about things, as we'll see in this episode.
Yeah, he's real roundabout when it comes to everything, maybe. I've also seen a lot of very slow zooms in on his face, and his general blue visage just makes me uncomfortable.
There is a Rolls Royce here to pick up the Misfits, as Jetta's mother promised, so hey, they're moving up in the world, I guess.
There we go. And Gem and the Holograms are also in England.
Now, I don't know if they're in Gatwick Airport, because we don't see. They arrive at supposedly the same time here. They're going to London, so I would assume London Heathrow Airport is closer to London than Gatwick Airport, which is like a half hour away, where London Heathrow is like 10-15 minutes.
Uh-huh.
So I assume they're arriving at that airport. I don't know. But we have
Rhea seems confused.
I can't believe we're here. In England.
Yo, dude, you were just there. I guess Rhea forgot.
Renaissance woman wasn't that long ago.
No, but Kimber thinks it's outrageous.
As she is want to say, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
So basically, Hugh is just like, let's just head right for the club, and Jem's just like, okay, cool. I didn't want to stay at a hotel or anything.
We're rolling. Let's go.
We cut to the mansion of the Earl of Wessex here, where Pizzazz seems legitimately impressed. She's like, well, fucking how about that? It's a mansion. Oh my god.
I definitely thought Jetta was lying.
They are greeted by Jetta's parents here. They call her Sheila, and Jetta has a Stormer moment where she's just kind of like, call me Jetta.
I have a new name now. And they're like, yes, of course. Wink, Jetta.
But why Jetta, though? Why not Sheila?
I can't do this bit with you, Joe.
I don't understand where Jetta is getting her name from.
Who knows?
Then again, I don't know why Stormer is called Stormer.
Yeah, like Roxy's the only one that makes a little bit of sense. And Pizzazz and Phyllis both start with P's at least.
I could see Pizzazz looking up cool words that start with P so I don't have to be called Phyllis anymore. And her being like, whoa, there's 4 Z's in this word. Holy shit.
Yeah, I guess that those Z's really sold her on it because Pizzazz also in a different world could have been Panache.
don't know. I don't think Kristen, despite her riches, she's not high class enough to be panache.
Well, I think you mean she doesn't act high class enough.
Well, no, you're right. Yes, that's true. She is high class enough. She doesn't act high class enough.
Yeah, in an alternate universe, Panache is Jem's, like, super smooth heiress rival.
Like Princess from the Powerpuff Girls.
Like Riot, but a girl.
Whoa, Girl Riot.
Girl Riot.
Flo introduces here Lord Bertie of Wessex, a very official name.
Yup. Not fake at all.
The real Earl of Wessex, I say the real Earl of Wessex, but it's actually Trevor here, is playing the part of butler for some reason, probably to make sure that everybody doesn't destroy his house when it happens anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't work, so good for him.
Roxy is pretty excited to look around, and then as Roxy and Pizzazz basically fuck off to another room, Jetta lays out the plan. They're going to trick Pizzazz into buying anything she wants in the house at 10 times its worth, and then Trevor lays down the ticking clock here as long as it happens before 8 p.m. tomorrow night.
Why?
None of your fucking beeswax!
Ah! That took a turn.
We fade to Trevor going to another room here. He greets some more Brippers. They don't have names. They're just
one
two
of them looks
Brippers.
Exactly like the one from
Old Meets New.
Old Meets New, yes.
He did. Oh yeah, he looked like the scary face zipper.
The one I hated.
And he asks if they found the real Earl of Wessex. And we find this is a pretty layered plot going on here. Good job, Christy Marks. He sets the same time frame for the Brippers here to basically kill the real Earl of Wessex.
Do this assassination, you Brippers. You can tell they're actually not American because they do have British accents. We should point that out.
Yes, exactly. And one of them says that they'll make sure the Lord never returns his claim to the Tri-All. And then he pulls a shield down off the wall bearing the emblem of the Earl of Wessex, I assume, and then throws it on the ground, which, Kristen, one, it doesn't shatter.
Nope.
Two, it doesn't make a very impressive noise, just kind of makes it like a wooden clatter.
Yeah, then he just kind of, he stomps on it a little bit, kind of like,
to kind of give it the really, like, aha, this is what I meant to do, the fact that it didn't break, but yeah, that's it. End of segment 1. It would have
been more effective if he spat gum on it.
It would have been, yes. Start of segment 2. Jem and company arrive at the Unicorn Club with Sir Hugh Ridley. Sir High Ridley, as I put it in my notes, I guess.
Oh, Sir High as fuck Ridley.
The club looks kind of like a diner on the inside, Kristen.
Nice.
It's maybe it's just the coloring that they use, but it's very kind of silvery chrome, and it, like, the bar stools look like diner bar stools.
Yeah, like American diners.
At Waffle House, yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, I want to go to Waffle House.
He introduces them to the Blue Bloods, which are a band, which I thought he was in, but he's just the owner of the club. So
nope.
We have Mason Hawthorne, the leader, Alan, James.
There's one more dude in there somewhere.
And Craig Phillips,
the token American, and Craig with this creepy ass blue head and clefted chin just kind of turns around and goes, "Hi, Aja."
Very casually. Apparently, he couldn't resist surprising them because he knew Jem and the Holograms were coming, but, we get it like, you guys know each other kind of thing, and they're all hugging and possibly kissing on each other or whatever.
Well, there's definitely some immediate rekindling between Craig and Aja.
Yeah.
I still have the sweat towel you gave me.
One of them, I forget if it's Alan or James, I don't remember. Both of them are kind of dumpy, so I don't really remember, but
who cares?
One of them says, well, now we got 2 things to celebrate, because tomorrow at 8 p.m., James turns 21, and thus...
We know how this works. Renaissance women taught us that when you turn 21, you inherit all your titles.
He's gonna be the Lord of Wessex. Like, duh.
Yeah,
but...
we learned that from context clues very quickly.
But Mason just stops and just like... He does the British version of shh. Yeah.
Yeah. Stop.
Kristen, this plot is starting to feel awful familiar.
It's like Renaissance Woman.
It's exactly like Renaissance Woman, which happened again, if you remember, 3 weeks ago. So,
but with less kinky sex masks. And more kinky sex bombs.
So they're gonna head out on the town here. We fade to Big Ben, because of course we do.
London!
And then back to the mansion in Wessex. They're having a lovely feast. Pizzazz is bossing Trevor around since he's the help, and that's what you do when you're rich, I guess.
I guess so. So, Jetta channels her inner home shopping network.
Yeah, I was gonna say, she starts talking like it's fucking QVC. She's just like, well, look at that. Look at these lovely solid silver plates. They're gonna go over great at any dinner party you have. Why don't you buy these? Because they're really high class.
Isn't there a thing with gold and silver where it's like you don't want anything to be solid, just that metal?
Well, I know solid gold is really, like...
Soft.
Yeah. I don't know about solid silver, but yeah, it's one of those things where you kind of want to do something to not necessarily dilute it, but...
You need to infuse it with something stronger for it to work.
Yeah, I think so. I think that
Again,
sounds...
They're probably not solid silver. Jetta doesn't know what she's talking about.
That's true. They could just be very shiny.
Yeah. Oh, they're platinum. You could tell. They're chrome. Very, very polished iron.
Just think how impressive you look with a set. Act now and we'll throw in the candelabra.
Yank.
Pizzazz is just kind of like, yeah, sure, just send my father the bill, whatever. And if I get tired of eating all of them, they'll make great frisbees.
And then Pizzazz stands up, takes the metal plate, and just chucks it across the room through a window.
Pizzazz is just chaotic for the sake of it, Kristen.
It's great. I love how, like, this is one of those times where I say that sentence, and it sounds like something I'm making up just to be funny. No, that's literally what happens.
The plate crashes through a window, and Trevor's just like, ah! And Pizzazz's just like, ah, fuck it, my dad will take care of it. Don't worry about it.
So, Trevor's pooping his pants, basically. Earl Poop Pants over here.
And Jetta reassures that they'll have more than enough money by tomorrow night. And again, he's just like, just make sure it's by 8 o'clock. And by tomorrow night, they're gonna have eaten everything in my pantry.
I really still don't understand what it is with the implication that the Misfits are, one of the things they do that's bad is eat.
Kristen, what was the other episode where the Misfits ate a ton of food, like way more than they should have, I guess?
I guess Hot Time in Hawaii was the last time they were criticized for it.
That's right, I forgot about that, yeah.
And they also annoyed Video's mom and dad.
Oh yeah, that
by
too.
Eating too much.
And in Rock and Roll Express, the first thing they did when they got on the train was eat.
Yes, and throw food at each other. I don't get it.
Maybe that's why, Kristen. Maybe they're going through a lot of food because they end up food fighting with each other most of the time.
I guess so. Do we ever see Jem and the Holograms eat?
That's a very good question.
Like, they've gone to dinners.
They're all robots.
Well, they're holograms. They don't actually exist.
Oh, true. We fade to later that night. Trevor is calling out to the Brippers to see if Mason is dead yet, but nope. They'll get him at the club for the concert tomorrow. He's gonna have...
We didn't feel like doing it tonight.
We'll get it tomorrow, whatever. And then we'll get him.
Great. 8 p.m.
We fade to the next morning. The Misfits check out the stables, and Roxy comments, "It smells like horses."
And Jetta goes, "Brilliant observation, Roxy."
Pizzazz sees a fox in a cage and is just like, "Oh, cool, breakfast." Wait, no, fox hunt.
Yes, that's the word that I meant. Is this a real thing?
Fox hunts? Yeah, I think so.
See, because I heard fox hunt, and the first thing I thought was, oh, they're going to go hunting and the fox will come with them.
No, because isn't it like the Fox and the Hound, where there's like you got the hound to track the fox?
Well, they weren't. It's a pet fox. They weren't going to kill the fox. It looked
well,
like
they didn't know it was a pet fox, Kristen.
It was in a cage.
They thought Pizzazz thought it was for the express purpose of hunting.
Okay. I guess she was very hungry.
It's like how people just put fish in like a man-made pond just because, you know, like they bought the fish, but the sport isn't catching it.
See, I thought you were talking about a koi pond for a second, and I'm pretty sure you don't go fishing in a koi pond.
Do koi even taste good?
I wouldn't know. They're so pretty, I would not want to eat them. Also,
Nor would I.
Most of the popular fish that people eat, they eat because they're giant. Have you ever seen a tuna?
I remember from UHF when you got Wheel of Fish. There was a big ol' red snapper is a very large fish, and I remember that from Animal Crossing too.
Yes. Well, they're like 3,000 bells, so it's really great to catch them. I saw a tuna at the aquarium, and they are like as long as skateboards and like twice as fat. They're huge. No wonder they're so delicious.
No wonder they're so delicious.
Mm-hmm.
So we get song number 1 of the evening here, which, Kristen, we have the elusive 2-song episode here, where segment 1 did not have any songs in it. Weird. But there wasn't really a chance, I guess, unless they were going to... I'm taking a plane and I'm going to England. Taking a plane and I'm traveling there.
Taking a plane? We were just in England. Why does this warrant a song?
Song number 1 of the evening, I'm Gonna Hunt You Down, which
this song is bad.
It's
Welcome to the Jungle, but worse.
The song has pieces of a good song in there. And then it's kind of like Don't Look Now, where you get one part where it's just like, yeah, oh.
like, the Misfits have, like, 3 different songs that did this concept better than this song.
Yeah, that's true. And, I mean, at least we get some pretty funny visuals, or interesting visuals, where they're all chasing after the fox here. Okay, so I would think, now, again, Jetta's not really royalty, or, have a title, or anything like that, but when they're all on horses, and the horses jump over, like, a gate, Jetta somehow gets thrown from the horse after it jumps over the gate.
She lands very softly on her ass.
And then the horse laughs at her. What a jackass.
What a dick. So there's a lot of horsing around, I would say.
So to speak.
So to speak. Also quite literally. At some point, they all just start riding the horses inside the mansion.
Well, we have, Roxy's horse starts running through some fancy flower beds, and Trevor's chasing after them, all sweaty and nervous, seeing this happen.
So, he's sweaty because he's, like, super into it.
Jetta misses bagging the fox and gets back on her horse at one point, and then the fox jumps through a window, and thus the horses must too, running around inside the mansion. Kristen, horses are kind of heavy. I would think that it would crash through the table immediately.
Yeah, super convenient also that this mansion has windows big enough for horses to jump through comfortably.
They're knocking over literally everything as this goes on, and then we get a Scooby-Doo door sequence too. Who originated that? Is that a Scooby-Doo door sequence? Do you know what I'm talking about when I say that?
Yes, I do. Just people, you don't have the spatial displacement that you would have. They're coming through the doors that they entered. So there's not, Pizzazz goes through a door on the bottom right, and then when she leaves next time, it's through the top left. There's none of that.
I thought there was. I
didn't remember that.
Well, either way, that happens, and we don't get anything as silly as, fucking Scooby carrying Shaggy through a door or anything after Shaggy is carrying Scooby. There's not like 2 of them and then they stop and look at each other. Was that a Looney Tunes thing first? Maybe?
I'm not sure.
Huh. Pizzazz gets thrown from her horse directly onto a chair, which she just basically crosses her legs and is just like, yeah.
We nailed it.
Everything is in shambles, and Trevor looks like he's gonna have a fucking heart attack.
And Pizzazz goes, that was fun. Trevor, get us some food!
The doorbell rings, saved by the bell, but as it turns out, no creditors.
Ah, shit.
Trevor is just like, I give you my word, I will pay tomorrow. Now get the fuck out of here.
He closes the door and the scene's just over, so I guess the creditors were like, okay.
He implored them to reconsider. Back to Jem and the Blue Bloods. Their equipment is getting set up so they can practice before the show. Craig stops Aja. He's just like, Aja, there's something very important I need to tell you about right now. And we see the Brippers are in the background here. They're among the roadies setting up the equipment. The one with the grr face has a Jem shirt on.
I know, he wears it for the rest of the episode. I thought that was very funny. My disguise is perfect. Hey, Jem.
This is what happens when you don't bring Rio to set up the equipment.
I guess so.
Do you think Rio was like offered, like, hey, Rio, we're going to England? And he's just like, again? Fuck.
No. I have things to do, okay? I can't just be going to England waiting for people to inherit their titles at weird times. Wait, why did Reginald get his title at midnight, but new Duke or whatever gets his at 8?
Mason.
Is it like the exact time they were born?
Maybe. I don't know how it works here. Maybe. I couldn't tell you, Kristen.
Okay.
Anyway, Jem and company walk into the club to find Stormer here, who took the entire day to get to London, or, just stayed at a hotel and was just like, finally a fucking quiet night, oh my god.
Yeah, she got lost or something, because she left the airport with the Misfits the day before with the intent on going to see her brother immediately, so she just gave up, I guess.
Stormer is just kind of like, I was just leaving, and Kimber's like, we're not gonna bite, insert joke here.
Mm-hmm. You wish, huh?
Jem hopes that the other Misfits aren't around waiting in the wings somewhere, and Stormer goes, I'm on my own, sort of.
The way this shakes out, I was wondering if when the bomb blows up they were going to blame Stormer for it, but considering she almost dies, they don't, so...
Good on Christy Marks for not having Stormer outside when the bomb blows up.
Yeah.
Speaking of, one of the Brippers puts a bomb in Craig's bass drum.
I thought they were just fucking with the equipment at first, but nope, then he pulls out this stick of dynamite bomb with a timer on it. The classic cartoon bomb.
5 minutes until... It's not the classic cartoon bomb, that's the round one with the fuse.
Okay, the other one.
Classic cartoon time bomb.
Yes. Smart ass.
So, 5 minutes until it explodes. Back outside with Craig and Aja. I have someone I need to introduce you to, and I've kept it a secret for too long. So...
Coming up on this, I think Craig does understand how important it is, what he's going to say, but does not quite stick the landing, and that's where he messes up.
Doesn't say it correctly.
Because, like, he had every opportunity. Like, he knew it was probably not a great thing that he was keeping it a secret. So, the fact that he was like, I have been lying about this, and I should tell you about it now. I get that he's being serious about it, but then he misses some key words, like sister, in his explanation.
Right, because we get inside the club here, and Aja doesn't do like, Stormer, but Craig walks right over to Stormer, and instead of going, this is my sister, he goes, this is my secret, and which...
To be fair, that's how you introduce me to people, too.
This is the person I don't want anybody to know about. This is Kristen.
My secret. Her name is Kristen.
Not the best choice of words, obviously, here, and Mason even goes, oh, he's going about this all wrong, and the rest of the Blue Bloods fucking leave him high and dry here. They just fuck off.
No one wants to help.
So, okay, again, Craig, where he could have, again,
well,
this is my
starts to go like, whoa, wait, hold on. You're with Stormer.
And Craig, instead of, again, maybe doesn't get the hint, but he goes, okay, so you know how I'm Craig Phillips. This is Mary Phillips. My...
And Aja goes, your wife!
And straight up, 0.2 seconds later, open palm slaps him in the face.
I mean, to be fair, Joe, people mistake us for husband and wife all the time. This is a that never happens, Christy Marks. They even have the same exact color hair.
I was gonna say, Aja's just like, wait a minute, she's got blue hair too, oh no!
Oh god, everyone has blue hair.
They're married.
First, he is a type and it's blue hair because he has blue hair because he's a narcissist.
Aja runs out of the club crying, and it sounds kind of, I don't know if I want to say, Aja's voice is a bit too husky for crying, I think, maybe?
Where the voice actress isn't pulling it off.
Where you just got, it ends up being a lot like, a blue, 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 blue.
And Craig doesn't bother to, like, interrupt any of this. He's just kind of like, And Stormer's also kind of like, well, fucking, ugh.
The holograms all run after Aja. Kimber stays behind to scold Craig for what he did. You'd think, Kristen, during the Kimber and Stormer time, Stormer would be like, Craig Phillips is my brother.
And you know what? Maybe she doesn't. Cool, whatever. Kimber also continues leaping to conclusions here. Throws Craig under the bus, also throws Stormer under the bus.
Craig, you shouldn't have led Aja on like that. And Stormer, you should be ashamed for leading me on.
I don't remember who does it exactly. Probably Stormer, but she's like, okay, stop. My brother's an idiot. He's my brother, by the way.
And Kimber goes, well, excuse me, Priao, and gets out of there.
Mason goes to Craig, you should probably explain to Aja what just happened. And Craig goes, no!
To which I wrote the note, Craig Rio Phillips Pacheco.
Joe, I think this might have been my favorite scene in all of season 2.
I mean, everybody just, it goes from, again, a few missed words and the scene goes from 0 to 60 in about a second.
And there are cuts of the bomb ticking down slowly this entire time.
Yeah, we've been getting intermittent shots of the bomb, and Craig expects an apology from Aja because she jumped to the wrong conclusion, and I think at least, I mean, Kristen, I've never been open palm slapped by a woman, but I think, usually it's for a reason, if you do, but I would think, if Craig thinks he's in the right here, I mean, he'd be like, oh, she should at least apologize for slapping me.
Well, I think the missing link in Craig's logic here is that he thinks Aja will just apologize to him before anyone explains to Aja what's happening.
I think Craig still doesn't know that he didn't get to the word sister, maybe?
I clearly explained the situation that I am Craig Phillips and this is my sister Mary Phillips. I forgot the word sister.
They all catch up to Aja here, and Kimber's just like, no, you have the wrong idea, Aja. Stormer is actually Craig's sister. And Aja's immediately just like, oh, fuck.
Oopsie doopsie.
So at least she's regretful.
Yeah, this reunion has not been going great.
We cut back to Mason with Craig and Stormer. Mason is just like, fine, I'll fucking apologize to her myself if I have to. And Stormer's just like, you really probably should apologize considering you didn't say the word sister.
And Craig's like, ugh.
Boy, Kristen, it's going to be really awkward when Aja tells Craig she fucked Mozart.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that, like Aja, and like as soon as she slaps Craig, she's like, "How do I go back in time? I need to go see Mozart before he marries his wife."
They head out, and Aja says she needs to apologize, so she runs towards the door, and the club fucking explodes. Oh my god! End of
flying anti-gravity explosion.
End of segment 2. Aja gets fucking exploded out of here, and Craig and Stormer were still in the building.
Yep. So some English debris showers down upon Aja.
Segment 3 starts here. Yeah, debris is falling on Aja. Sir Hugh Ridley picks her up, and they all rush into this burning building to help Stormer and Craig.
Stormer is just kind of crawling. It looks for a second like she's totally on fire, but that's just a fire effect around the sides of the screen. Craig is dead?
Yeah, Stormer fell down, but Craig had a bunch of shit fall on him here. Stormer basically, it seems like she's like twisted her ankle or something. She's somehow in worse shape than Craig, who has debris, like a big thing that requires like 2 people to lift it off of him, fell on him.
Yeah, that's some Amnesia the Dark Descent style debris. You gotta click and hold on that, and then just kind of like move Daniel back and forth until you unwedge it.
They get rescued here, and Sir Hugh Ridley looks at the club here, his new club, and all forlorn goes, "Goodbye, unicorn."
Very sad.
Mason is just like, "It's all my fault."
No?
Yeah, Jem's like, "Why?"
Did you put a bomb in there?
"This is the work of my uncle. He is the one who is after me to kill me, and this is clearly him, and not just a bomb."
My uncle wants me dead, anyway. I won't explain why.
"The relevance of all of this is in Wessex, and that is where I'm going."
Let's all go!
Except Shayna, Aja, and Craig.
Yeah, you guys just got burnt. Where did Stormer go? Stormer doesn't show up for the rest of the episode, does she?
No, she, hospital, I guess.
Ah, my ankle!
Aja apologizes to Craig, and Craig is just like, this wouldn't have happened if I were upfront about this, so let's forget the if-only stuff and just start over. And then they kiss.
Isn't this the last episode Craig is in?
Yes.
Well,
I believe so.
Better start working on that time machine, Aja.
We transition to the mansion here. Flo is still, like, hawking stuff for Pizzazz, and she's just like, "I bought half the shit in this house. Please stop."
Yeah, at some point, you have to imagine Pizzazz was just saying, "All right, I'll buy it. Please just stop yelling in my ear."
Your accent is very grating.
I hate it. So, fake Earl gets word from his lackeys that the assassination attempt didn't work.
"It's almost 8 o'clock. I must do something quickly." So he grabs the title for the mansion here, and he's just like, "All right, we need to have an emergency meeting here. We need to sell Pizzazz the entire estate here." And they're just like, "What? What the fuck?" And Jed's just like, "Aha, wait a minute. I've got a plan."
You know what Pizzazz cares about? Status. Except, what she actually cares about is having things that Jem doesn't have. So Jetta was close, and she got there, but was not quite on the money.
Now, the way that it's set up here, Jetta seems to think that they can trick Pizzazz into buying the estate thinking she'd get the title when she actually won't. Is that right? Okay. So we cut to Jetta giving the pitch to Pizzazz here, and she seems to be on board. She's just like, "Lady Wessex." Yeah, not Lady Pizzazz or Lady Gabor.
Lady Pizzissix.
Lady Pizzissix's Phyllis Gabor.
Perfect. And Jetta basically says, "Hey, you'd be able to fuck up this place real good and no one would be able to tell you. You couldn't. And you know who doesn't have a title? Jem."
And Pizzazz just basically just like, "Fuck, sign me up."
She takes out her giant stamp that says Pizzazz. And she's like, "Get me some ink."
And Trevor's just like, "Please sign here. Please, 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 madam, sign here." And Pizzazz is just like, "Oh, hey, buddy. Don't push me. I don't like to be pushed." But then Mason is here, and he whistles for his fox, Ulysses, to fetch the paper Pizzazz is signing. So,
and then go kill the courier.
Ulysses is a pet fox here that Mason has, which, why was he keeping it in a cage and the Earl was, whatever, doesn't matter. So
I'm surprised nobody ate it.
The clock strikes 8, and Mason stakes his claim to the Earlhood for people to hear. Pizzazz realizes she's been duped, and Jetta's dad is just like, "Well, time to run for it." And Jetta, in, I guess, Looney Tunes fashion here, is just like, "Well, I'm late for a date with the Queen Mum," and then just runs off.
Everyone starts running away. There's a sequence where they get caught because of holograms, because there weren't holograms in this episode.
So, okay, Kristen, so, alright, so everybody's running away here, Brippers included. Jem calls for Synergy to make a pack of hounds to bring those mongrels to heel.
Jerica, I will need you to speak American
Dogs! Synergy,
English.
dogs! Make some dogs, please.
You should have said so in the first place.
They appear out of nowhere and then disappear almost immediately after they turn around. Mason, straight up jump spears one of the Brippers to the ground.
Yeah.
Jem asks why Mason... She's like, Mason, why didn't you tell us you were the fucking Earl of Wessex here? And it's because he wasn't. Ugh.
But Jem, I wanted you to like me not for my title, but for me. Ugh. I have a ponytail. I don't know if you noticed.
Trevor technically didn't have control of the estate until he turned 21, so he wanted to, I wanted you to like me for me and not be intimidated by some title. He's also got the fox in his hand as he's doing this. He's just petting the fox as he's doing this.
I own a fox and a mansion and stables, by the way. It's cool. Jem is rich too. I don't know why he needs to be all soft about this.
And here's where, yes, the money from the benefit was going to pay for Trevor's gambling debts, because basically he sank everything into betting on the ponies.
Yup. That doesn't seem ethical, but it doesn't matter, because they can't do a benefit concert now anyway, because the only club in all of London exploded.
The club got blowed up, and Jem's like, well, wait a minute, we could have it right here in Wessex. That concert that's supposed to be taking place tonight at the club that exploded.
Call the vendors.
And they're just like, Wessex? Fuck off! So the Misfits and Jetta, and Jetta's parents, are brought in here, and Mason is just like, so who's gonna pay for the damages? And Birdie's immediately just points to Pizzazz, and is just like, her!
They go around in a circle until it eventually gets back to Jetta's dad saying it was Jetta's fault.
To which, selling out your own kid, fucking stone cold.
Ouch. And no one in this entire time in the Misfits go, where's Stormer?
Jem has an idea about paying for these damages, so we fade to the next day, and they do one of those. Do they even do a thing here of Jem being like, hi, I'm Jem of Jem and the Holograms, and I gotta sing a song about England?
No, I don't think so.
Song number 2 of the evening, Between Me and You, which we'll be playing for you right now. Fine. Kristen, there's something weird going on in the song, though, where there seems to be some kind of romantic fling going on between Jem and Mason here.
Well, Rio decided that he was too good for England a second time. So, you let your lady loose. This is what happens. She fucks a duke.
When in Rome.
When in Rome, fuck the duke.
The Earl, Kristen.
Whatever.
Yeah, there's king imagery going on, and she's the queen, and they're flying over England at one point. There's a thing that happens where they all kind of spin with a member of the Blue Bloods here. Kimber gets Sir Hugh Ridley, who isn't a member of the Blue Bloods.
Nope.
And Rhea and Shayna get stuck with the dumpy guys.
Ouch. And of course, Asha gets Craig Phillips. And Jim gets an Earl.
The Earl of Wessex. So we got fucking Big Ben, the Queen's
London.
Guard,
London.
Sunbridge.
London.
And that's... Oh, Kimber's wearing her cape as well, her scandal
with the
cape.
collar?
The scandal collar cape.
I hate it.
The thing that I hate. I wanted to go back to... We didn't really talk about the fashion in I'm Gonna Hunt You Down.
Oh, they were dressed like jockeys. Pizzazz looked a little bit like a headless horseman.
Roxy's was yellow and electric blue with a lot of triangles all over it.
Nice.
So the song ends here. I like the song. It's not better than anything in Renaissance. Well, not anything in Renaissance Woman. It's better than It's not better than To the Rescue, because Flowers in My Hair is fucking stupid.
Yep.
And Set Your Sails Part 2 is Set Your Sails.
Yep.
Love's Not Easy.
Set your sails.
Fade to after the show. They made enough money not only to pay the creditors, but to also rebuild the Unicorn Club.
What the fuck? With this last-minute benefit you didn't tell anyone about?
And hopefully make it not look like a weirdo diner when they rebuild it.
Gosh, I hope.
We cut to the Misfits. They're dishwashers for the event today. They're wearing... Sandstormer, yes. Thankfully, Stormer doesn't get roped into all of the... Christy Marks knows that in order for Stormer to not get punished along with the other Misfits, she needs to get the fuck away from them.
Yep.
So, Stormer's just in the hospital from a bomb exploding.
So as they are doing all of these tasks, Pizzazz, for some reason, is putting together a suit of armor instead of washing dishes. Whatever.
Maybe it's one of the things that she bought.
Yeah, well, I guess this belongs to me now. They let her keep it. Jetta says that, okay, do I want to do the Countess accent here, or the Jetta accent?
Jetta's still trying to tell some lies here, and you could do whatever accent you want, Kristen.
Lord Arthur, he's treating me cruelly because I am secretly his twin sister.
She goes on that type of rant, essentially, of just being like, I'm actually Sheila, Jetta, Hawthorne, Burns, Rio Pacheco.
And Pizzazz goes, shut up!
Pizzazz with her really angry devil voice, which I very much enjoy, is just like, Jetta, shut up! And then just slams the night mask over her head.
Roxy knocks on the helmet and goes, no one home. Score for Roxy!
That's the end.
Cool.
So that was Britrock, Kristen, and I think I can officially declare this episode is not stupid Renaissance Woman.
It really thrived from the lack of dance.
I'm not sure what the writing process is for the episodes, Kristen, but what happened here? Where did they need an extra episode or something? Or like what happened to where they had Renaissance Woman and they had Britrock here? And do you think that like some like Hasbro chose were like, oh no, we want the Ren Fair episode, and Christy Marks was like, fuck you, I created the series, we're doing my episode too.
I don't know, and the fact that they're so close to each other is even more baffling, I think.
I mean...
At least if they were super far apart, we could be like, I guess they forgot they did this.
Yeah, or at least, I mean...
Nobody forgot Renaissance Woman happened.
They could have held... I mean, okay, so I did look into it, and I'm pretty sure there was a bit of time between the episodes here. Like, up until Journey Through Time, actually, I think Jem was on, like, a weekly schedule. So, I think I saw, like, November of 1987, I think, was, like, Renaissance Woman, and then... Journey to Shangri-La, and then Journey Through Time was in January of 1988.
That's not that long.
And then, like I said, yeah, Britrock was the next day. So, God, I wish, Kristen, why can't American TV keep their fucking shows on a set schedule?
I don't know. That's a great
Super
question.
Sentai has been airing weekly in the same time slot since, okay, so they moved to the Sunday morning time slot in 1998, I think. So, it's been nearly 20 years, 1997, so it's been probably 20 years since they've been in the same time slot, only to be preempted by golf every so often.
Network politics, man.
Fucking, I don't even know what channel Jem aired on, actually.
Me neither.
I don't know. Weird. Maybe it was, like, syndicated? Maybe it's a syndication package, so it might have been, it might not have mattered.
I think this episode could have been okay as a two-parter.
Yeah, probably. I mean, like, it's one of those things where it seems like it's a plot that ends up, like, it definitely would have been a more worthy two-parter than K-Jem.
Yeah.
Unless they put in the alcoholism plot that Christy Marks wanted.
Would have loved it.
I mean, it would have worked fine. Maybe they were just like, okay, so the next thing we're doing after Glitter and Gold is Hollywood Gem, so we gotta sell that. And that's why Roger Slifer was just like, two-parter, got it, called it, I got it.
It's mine, noses and knees.
So, but this episode's a better Renaissance Woman, and I don't know why they had both, but it doesn't matter. To the Rescue is still the best song out of the two episodes, but this is a unique episode because it's got a better plot than... an episode that happened 3 weeks ago, and it's a rare 2-song episode, which, spoiler alert, Kristen, next week we have a 2-song episode as well.
Fun.
Now's the point in the evening where I'll list off all of the fun contact things where you could find us. You could follow us on the Twitter machine at CWTAPod. You could follow me at Octopus, that's AWKTAPUS.
You can follow me at FunnyGirlTM, like trademark.
You can find us on the iTunes, on the SoundCloud, on the Stitcher Radio, on the YouTube. Leave a rating, give a review, do whatever you feel like.
If you happen to find us thanks to the Philadelphia Podcasting Society's Facebook page, hello, I'm Kristen.
Oh yeah, you said you were doing that. Cool. So,
yeah, I
hello.
promoted us.
Drop us a line, cwtapod@gmail.com, where you can tell us all about your claim to some fucking English title and how to catch a fox. Do you use a net? Do you use a big bag? Do you use a tiny net, Kristen? Because, as we know, they are a death sentence.
They are.
Anyway, Kristen, we have a 2-song episode next week, as I said, which happens to be Out of the Past. An episode we've spoiled the twist to. I don't know if it's a twist, necessarily.
A retcon?
But, spoiler alert, computer mom.
Yep. We're gonna learn more about Synergy and how she's literally Jericho's mom and how Emma Fenton was a big weirdo. And how Jericho was a little bit of a bitch when she was a kid.
We're gonna learn more about everybody in this episode, actually. Everybody as part of the main cast, other than Rhea and Jetta. And the Misfits, I guess, because fuck them.
Yep, who cares? This is a Starlight Past episode.
Plus Eric Raymond.
Yes!
We get to see
my favorite scene in the entire series.
We get to see handsome college Eric Raymond and normal asshole Eric Raymond.
Yes!
Ultimate asshole Eric Raymond.
His final evolution.
Before they were like, whoa, he's too evil, get the stingers in here.
Woo!
So, I look forward to it, Kristen. I remember Out of the Past being a pretty damn good episode, so...
Me too.
For the Can We Talk About podcast, my name is Joe.
I'm Kristen.
And join us next week where we'll talk about some more Gem and the Holograms.
My mom's last master tape copy is in the mail.